So Kyle Kuzma has finally broke his silence after being traded from the Los Angeles Lakers to the Washington Wizards. And look, man, I was somebody who said, look, if the Lakers don't trade Kyle Kuzma for Buddy Hield or Westbrook, if I'm Kyle Kuzma, enough is enough. I'm demanding a trade out of LA. Like, y'all not about to attach me to every deal out there every time something goes wrong with the Lakers and something doesn't go LeBron and Anthony Davis' way. Like, think about it. Kyle Kuzma came into the league. He surpassed expectations. Out the gate, he was more consistent than Brandon Ingram was out the gate, more consistent than Lonzo. He survived the Anthony Davis trade. He was the one young piece that didn't get traded to the Pelicans. And, you know, he ends up winning a championship with the Lakers last year. And, you know, I don't blame Kuzma for what happened to the Lakers. I blame that on Anthony Davis for the most part. But, you know, Kuzma's like, yo, my name is the one getting floated around in all these trade rumors. No matter if we get Buddy, no matter if we get Chris Paul, no matter if we get Russell Westbrook, either which way it would have went, I would have got traded. I don't want to live like that. You know, so you seen Kyle Kuzma finally break his silence as he's officially a Wizard and say, Beal, what's the deal? By the way, I'm just going to send out a warning to Kuzma. There is a chance he gets traded again this offseason. I'm not saying for sure, but I wouldn't get too comfortable in Washington. If I was Kuz, I would not buy a crib in D.C. just yet. It's a heads up to him. What do I know? But, yeah, speaking of Kyle Kuzma, I think I've seen a lot of people online float out that Kuzma's probably going to get back to a 20-point-per-game score next year with the Wizards. And they were insinuating like, yo, yeah, when you go play with LeBron, yeah, he becomes the system. A guy like Kuzma was a 20-point-per-game scorer before LeBron got there. He'll be good in Washington. Let me just say this, right? And I'm going to take up for LeBron in this video. Yes, Kuzma might go to D.C. and for the Wizards might average 20 points a game with Bradley Beal. That's very possible. But the Wizards are going to be awful next year. You do realize that, right? Like, yes, he might go average 20, but what do those 20 points mean? Part of the reason why he's going to average 20 points is he's going from one of the best defensive teams in the NBA over the last few years, which is the Lakers, to the absolute worst team in the NBA, which means you're going to get more shots because your team's awful. Teams are going to score more points on the Wizards than they did the Lakers. You're going to have more possessions. That doesn't mean his 20 points are more valuable than maybe his 10 or 12 points for the Lakers. That doesn't mean that at all. Yes, you're going to see things from Kyle Kuzma that make you think, man, why didn't he do this in LA? We've seen it 1,000 times with guys that play with LeBron. But oftentimes it's because they're not playing meaningful basketball post LeBron. That's what that means. I don't think that's an indictment on LeBron by any means necessary if Kuzma goes and scores 20 points. If he gets 20, 25 shots a game again, yeah, I'm confident. He's got some skill to him. Once he gets going, he's streaky. He can really light it up a quarter or two. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if he averages 20 for the Wizards. But that doesn't mean anything. That's not an indictment on LeBron. He competes for championships more times than not. Kyle Kuzma with the Wizards are literally going to be competing for the top pick in next year's draft.